Now, in this episode, we're going to do picks 20 through 31. Now, for parts 1 and 2 of this draft, go down below in the description. You can go ahead and see who I had also drafted and picked up. Okay, everyone. So with the 20th pick of my 2023 NFL mock draft, I'm going to go start with the Seattle Seahawks. I always like clicking on what team needs. As you come over here to where the Seattle Seahawks are, they need edge, safety, offensive guard, wide receiver, cornerback. Now, earlier in this draft, I had them picking offensive tackle Broderick Jones. I think it's just an area of opportunity where they could beef up that O-line, add more depth to it. And depending on who you talk to, he's probably the best tackle in this year's 2023 NFL draft. But in this one, they tend to target DK Metcalf a lot. DK Metcalf. And I feel like them getting another wide receiver, Josh Downs coming out of North Carolina, would literally help send this team right over the edge. So Josh Downs, welcome to Seattle. Then, of course, we got the Tennessee Titans, okay? Tennessee Titans, it's one of those teams that are very well coached, very good defense. The quarterback position is very shaky for them. I think they're trying to figure out what they have in Malik. But nonetheless, the Tennessee Titans, you look at some of these players off the board. I definitely would love to take and have them get an offensive lineman. That's right, folks. I'm going to have them taking and picking up none other than Anton Harrison, offensive tackle coming out of Oklahoma. And beefing up this O-line has to be top priority. You know that you're a run-first type offense, and plus with the development of Malik, if that's who they want to take and go with, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? If they try this shot at, say, if Levis took and fell down, or Anthony Richardson was still there. Anthony Richardson, I have kind of mixed feelings on him, but a lot of people are really high on him, and I hope he does well. I'm a Florida guy myself, so then of course we got the New York Jets. Now, I was like to come here. New York Jets, they need a guard, safety, quarterback, edge, defensive tackle. Their defense is dang near complete. It's dang near complete. I mean, this is a very, very good team. But for whoever you bring in there at the quarterback position, man, it's, obviously who they drafted recently is not him. Mike White is definitely not the answer. So I actually I have them, even though it's not listed on here as a need, I have them going quarterback. If Anthony Richardson, and he just professed today that he's going to take and go for the 2023 NFL draft. So boom, complete different quarterback than what they have right now. Running quarterback, kind of think Cam Newton. And with the proper development, the Jets, Lord have mercy, you just think about the AFC East and how dominant they are. It's insane. In just a moment, guys, we're going to go ahead and recap picks 1 through 31. Now you think, hey, why 31? 32 NFL teams. If y'all don't remember, the Miami Dolphins, they had a pick. They did forfeit the pick because they got in trouble. So another episode for another day, right? Then we got the New York Giants. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look and see what they ultimately need. They need a guard, linebacker, cornerback, safety, wide receiver. Definitely, that they've lost some very, very close games. I like the idea of them taking and going cornerback in the first round. Now, there's quite a few prospects here. I'm a huge fan of this Christian Gonzalez kid. You got Cam Smith, who isn't bad. Cam Smith, realistically, you could probably find a guy like that maybe in the second round. Then you have Clark Phillips, who's very, very, very solid. Eli Ricks. They could go with the big name, Eli Ricks from Alabama. But I personally like Christian Gonzalez. The dude is a thoroughbred baller. Great in the slot, great jump ball. That's a great guy. I think it's going to add a lot of depth to that New York Giants secondary. Then we got the Broncos, the good old Broncos. Now, depending on who you talk to, they need a new quarterback, but I think Russ is just a lot of everything. Brand new coach who doesn't know what the heck's going on, brand new scheme. Russ is lost. I know, not a popular opinion, but I think he needs another year, and they need to surround him. Again, look, they need a right tackle, edge, linebacker, cornerback, DT. I'm going to take and say this right here. Get a guy who's an edge. They lost Chubb to the Miami Dolphins, and look who is hanging out. We got BJ Ojulari, Isaiah Foskey, Tyree Wilson, Miles Murphy. I really like BJ Ojulari. Jared Verse is also another guy who's very, very good. But again, he was banged up this year. BJ Ojulari is healthy, so I'm going to say BJ Ojulari, see how that pans out. Baltimore Ravens. Lamar just got injured. Did not see that happening. I don't know what the status is of that, but I definitely hope he has a speedy recovery for sure. But let's go. Let's take a look and see what that they need. They need a receiver, cornerback, DT, linebacker, offensive guard. As you notice on here, they have dang near a perfect defense. So it seems on paper, but they have blown lead after lead after lead after lead after lead. So if we come over here, we see Henry To'oto. Oh, Henry To'oto. Hope I said that correctly. Sorry if I didn't, y'all. Then there's also Tommy Eichenberg as well, too. If I had to take and choose between the two, I'm going to take and go Tommy Eichenberg at Ohio State. Dude is a DAWG, my favorite type of football player. Dog, dog, dog. And a heavy defense. And while I want to take and go receiver, there are going to be this is a pretty deep receiver draft, in my opinion. So let's go Tommy Eichenberg coming out of Ohio State. Then we got the Cincinnati Bengals. Now we know their secondary pretty much lost them the Super Bowl last year. And yes, you see right here, cornerback, edge, DT, offensive guard, running back. I would love it. I would absolutely love it if they took and they got a cornerback. I would be so joyous because this team, they could be knocking on the Super Bowl this year. So Eli Ricks comes from a great program, went up a lot. I mean, this team has had more losses than in the past, man. But Alabama is a threat, and it's a big reason of it is because of Eli Ricks. Then we got the Dallas Cowboys. So we come over here, we see what they need. They need a wide receiver, offensive guard, running back, cornerback, linebacker. Honestly, I really, really, really like the idea of them taking and getting a wide receiver, man. I think they get a wide receiver. And this opinion could change. Again, the season's not even over. The standings are not done yet, but Dallas is a freaking threat, and they look phenomenal. And who other than Rashid Rice? Now, I had the pleasure of interviewing Danny Gray on this show, who went to SMU last year. Absolute beast. I remember hearing in one of our conversations that he's mentioned a guy by the name of Rashid Rice, and this dude is an absolute stud. He'd be a beast for the Dallas Cowboys. And they miss Amari Cooper, who they kidding. I mean, I know he was a big part of the cap room, man, but he's such a beast. Then the final four teams: Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings. Okay, we got the Buffalo Bills, and then we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, and then once we're done, we'll do a quick recap, and then we'll finish up the episode. But in the meantime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That does help the channel to take and grow. For those who don't know, I've been around for just about 3 years. Man, we're just about 1,600 subscribers. I cover all 32 NFL teams, including live NFL draft prospect interviews. I've already done 2 this year. I think I've done a little over 30 interviews. Between 2 years ago, last year, and then of course already starting this year. But carrying on, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That'll help the channel to grow. Y'all hit that bell for the alerts. Kansas City Chiefs, let's go take a look and see what it is they need. They need an edge. They need a cornerback, defensive tackle, offensive tackle, and wide receiver. They're pretty solid at the wide receiver position. A lot of people hate me for that, but who they have in right now is really freaking good. Really, really, really good. But I tell you, if they added an edge, that can give them the edge. So let's see who's available at edge. Let's just take a look real quick. I'm not saying that's what I'm going with. Y'all know who I'm going to take and pick. Let's look a little further. Hold on. A lot of good players here. I'm going to take and see Jared Verse out of Florida State. Before he got banged up this year, he was probably the best edge rusher in college football, man. He was amazing. He's electric. He changes games. And if Kansas City gets this guy, if he falls all the way to 28, so the good Lord help us. Jared Verse, have him going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Then we got the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are a very competitive team. I know people have questions about Kirk Cousins, as do I. We will see, because playoffs aren't quite here yet. We got roughly about 5-6 weeks to go before that. Okay, well, let's go to see what Minnesota takes and needs. Minnesota Vikings. So they need wide receiver, tight end, cornerback, edge, linebacker. I really like the idea of them possibly taking and getting a linebacker, somebody who is a field general. So let's see. We haven't had too many linebackers taking go in this draft. Ooh, pays enough. Isaiah Land from Florida A&M. That's a guy. I'm trying to get that interview, man. That dude is a beast. Let's see here. Oh man. Oh yeah. Henry To'oto. Oh, dude is a beast. Again, please forgive me if I pronunciate his name wrong. This dude's a beast. 6'2", 227 pounds. This guy's he's a hybrid. He's a hybrid type player. Left field, right field, middle of the field, sacking the quarterback. This guy is a absolute beast. I think he has some development that he needs to kind of work on a little bit, but you know, I like him a lot for the Minnesota Vikings. For someone like that to be towards the end of the first round, I could see Henry taking going towards the end of the first round, early second, but we're gonna have him go to the Minnesota Vikings. That's where I got him going. Then we got the Buffalo Bills, who could potentially win the Super Bowl this year. They're such a darn good team. They excite me. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I can't help. I'm like, ooh, Buffalo Bills are are on the screen. Let me see what's going on here, right? Buffalo Bills, man, they're such a fun team to watch. Um, but they're not the perfect team. They do have some needs. Needs a running back, offensive guard, safety, cornerback, and wide receiver. Now this year, with White, the cornerback, him being out, they've had a lot of injuries. I see this team having a stable running back, but if they go running back, my whole thing is Josh Allen is their running game. That is in the game plan, right? Can they change that up a little bit, right? And I would Josh Allen don't have as much wear and tear, right? And look, even as a Dolphins fan, I don't wish injury on nobody. Then they could get an offensive guard, add a little more depth. Can't go wrong with that pick. Then, of course, there's cornerback and safety. Let's see who they got as safety. Jordan Battle. Trey Dean. I know a little something about Trey Dean. Malachi Moore. Folks, we're going to go ahead and let me take a look here. 6'1", 205. I'm just reading here real quick. Jordan Battle, safety, Alabama. Feel free to pause if y'all need a second to read. I read pretty fast. Come downfield, out of hip transition. That looks pretty good. I like what I see. Let me take a look at this Brandon Joseph because I have heard of him here before. 6'1", 192. Okay, about 10-pound difference. Intelligence, while being clever, doesn't always equate to football intelligence. Yeah, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and let's go safety. Let's go safety for the Buffalo Bills. I know Jordan Poyer, he's injured, then he's in, then he's out. But I think it had in depth at this position, having a guy like Jordan Battle, and I've seen him in coverage, man. He's pretty darn good. Sometimes he gets beat, man, but he is a very, very scrappy player. I think somebody's going to do great for the Buffalo Bills. Then ending this episode, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Before I make the Eagles pick, go ahead and pick and hit that subscribe button. All right, hit that subscribe button. That helps the channel to grow. Folks, we got people listening who watch this show out of Canada, out of Mexico, out of England, of course, the US of A, baby, South Korea, you name it, all around the world, Nigeria, so forth. We're all over. Hit that subscribe button, join Touchdown Family. If you want to take and become a member today, you can do that below. If you want to take and donate, hey, I just got these cool neon lights in the background. I'll be getting some more cool decorations. I'm all about growth, man. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. If you want to donate, go ahead and do that. Now, finishing off the first round, 31st pick of the night, the Philadelphia Eagles. They've shocked the world. Jalen Hurts has proven that he's a franchise quarterback. As you see here, all their needs are not on offense at all, not even one. I think they might be the only team in the NFL who doesn't have one. You see here, and it's linebacker, it's cornerback, it's edge, safety, defensive tackle. Now, they got a defensive tackle in this last year's draft, but I love Brian Breesy. Let's take a look who the best players are left over. Isaiah Foskey. Okay, I like that. Linebackers. Let's see here. Ooh, DeMarvion Overshown. Okay, I like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at safety. Some of these guys, this is a pretty deep safety draft. I didn't think I'd say that. Pretty deep. I really, really like what I see. Let me look at the tight end position. I know that wasn't a need, but I didn't really get much of a look here. Dalton Kincaid, Cameron Latu. Okay. Some decent players, but these guys will probably start getting picked off in the second, third round. Let's go back to defense, y'all. I'm going to take and have them go defensive tackle Brian Breesy. Let's look, 6'5", 300 pounds. Woo, big boy, big boy. I like it. I like it. And that there it goes. That's my first round mock draft. So you guys go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go over. So we got Tennessee, excuse me. Houston Texans picking up Bryce Young, them getting their franchise quarterback. Lord have mercy, somebody protect Justin Fields. I have them taking and picking Peter Skoronski. Then, of course, added more depth. Geno Smith. Hey, I think they got a franchise quarterback, man. He is freaking balling out of control, and you got to appreciate what you got while it's there, man. Have them picking up Broderick Jones, possibly between him and Peter, possibly the best duo of offensive tackles in this year's draft. Then we have the Detroit Lions getting a franchise quarterback and Hendon Hooker. Man, there's not a more electric player in this year's draft. My personal favorite quarterback, personally. Dude is an absolute beast. They got Will Levis, who could potentially be a Josh Allen type player. He could run it. He can gun it. He could do the dang thing, man. And I feel like the little attitude he plays with is the right attitude, not what Baker Mayfield was bringing. By the way, he was cut today. Then, of course, I got a Brian Branch safety coming out of, going over to Philadelphia Eagles. Jackson Smith, Jingba. Paris Johnson Jr., Ohio State. CJ Stroud, Ohio State. A lot of Ohio State guys are going to first round. I just see that this year. As y'all see, I'm going to go ahead and keep fast forwarding. We got Will Anderson, edge rusher, falling all the way to 14. I do think that is possible. It is definitely possible. This is the teams that are in need are in the top 10. A lot of it is offensive linemen and quarterbacks, and that's mostly what's going to take and go. I only see one receiver falling in the top 10, and that's Jackson Smith, the Jigba. Okay. Then, of course, we got Jordan Addison, wide receiver, USC, going over to the Texans. Texans are going to have a great freaking draft, man. I'm really excited, and I hope they keep their coach. Their team needs some stability. Detroit Lions is a team you need to keep your freaking eyes on, okay? Joey Porter Jr. They lost a lot of games due to defense this year, y'all. Joey Porter Jr. could potentially stop that. He's a beast. Big dog. Excited to see what he does. As you see, I have Seattle beefing up that offense. Josh Downs. Josh Downs is a great player, a clutch player. I see him being a receiver too, potentially, for the Seattle Seahawks. Okay. Scrolling down, Lord knows anybody playing quarterback for Tennessee Titans is going to be getting smacked around. They need all the offensive line help they could get. Got Christian Gonzalez, one of my favorite cornerbacks in this year's 2023 NFL draft. BJ Ojulari going over to the Broncos. Then, of course, Jared Verse. I know he got banged up this year, man. When he is healthy, he is a nuisance. He's a problem. You can't get rid of him. This guy is a beast. I'm excited for when now he gets healthy, and I hope he's doing fine. But I know he would do fine on the Kansas City Chiefs. The dude is an absolute beast. And, of course, we finish off the draft with the Philadelphia Eagles getting Brian Breesy. The Eagles actually getting two defensive picks, Brian Breesy, and then all the way over here at the Eagles picking up Brian Branch, safety. So Eagles, hey, they could possibly win a Super Bowl within now the next 3 years, as of the Bills as well, too. So a lot of good teams here. But you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much. Again, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel to grow. Y'all have a blessed night. Keep an eye out for my series, NFL Draft Prospects, real NFL Draft Prospects for the 2023 NFL Draft. Coming and joining me on this show. They're sharing their stories, their aspirations. Come here and get them exclusive interviews. This is what we do around here, okay? Catch y'all next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Peace. Thanks for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I cover all 32 NFL teams plus NFL exclusive interviews. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the alerts, comment below, and we'll catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith.